can you say? Speechless. I think them are the best yet. Absolutely stunning colours. I hope they come across in the intro there. So welcome to the midweek shave, to the Wednesday shave. How are you doing? I hope you're having some great shaves. I hope the week's gone fantastic for you and that you're in good health. Right, this is going to be a longer video, but I will separate it. It's going to be the midweek shave, and at the end I'm going to show you what I do off camera, should we say, how I clean up my products, and it's rather simple really, but it works for me. So I'll cut out at the end of the shave if you're not interested in that bit, so you'll know, it'll be the shave, and then we'll fade out, and then we'll start the sort of what I do after the shave, how I clean my razor and stuff like that. So on with the shave. What we're using, right, we're going to use the Musgo Slant 39C, beautiful razor, not used that for a while, and that's why it's called a slanted blade. And I'm using a brand new treat, a bit of a treat really, platinum, as you can see there, double wrapped. That's a good sign. And I'll show you, this is a two-piece razor, twist the bottom, and there's the blade treat. Long thread on this, and then this will twist the blade, and then I just keep an eye on the blade, make sure it's all level and even. There is an overhang to be aware of. Right, shaving soap of choice. I'm going to use a pre-shave soap, Musgo Real. Beautiful citrus, orangey scent on that. That's a pre-shave soap. And I'm going to use Musgo Real, the same name, orange amber shaving soap. It's similar in scent, even though you think it'd be exactly the same. There is a slight, this does smell a bit more orangey than this, but it's very nice. I've used it, you can see how battered it is, I haven't used it before. And the brush of choice is a synthetic brush. This is look at that, like a volcano, like a mushroom in it, you can fry that. It's the fine stout little brush. I'm going to use that today. I've just soaked it in warm water here. So I'm just going to, lather, wet the soap into my hands like I'm having a wash with hand soap. And then that'll slide into the sink. No, it won't. And I'll leave this on. I'm not going to rinse it off. Oh, it's beautiful. Smell that. Work it into them whiskers. Every bit helps, you see. And that'll soon disappear. Right, rinse your hands. Drain that. And off we go. I'll add the lather to that, you see. Right. So, razor, using a blob of cream, about 3 shakes so it's wet but not dripping, into the soap, and you'll see how quick and messy that starts to create a lather. Beautiful. Using the red glass today, my own bowl. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Well, we've had a funny old week weather-wise. I've said it was the same last week, I think. We've had a slight bit of rain, and it's been quite heavy at times. And then we've had fine rain. Then we've had a bit of wind, and then we've had sunshine. And then it's been warm and muggy, and then it's changed again. And while I've said all that, we've created that beautiful stuff. There we go. Now, as you can see, that's dissipated into the skin. Here we go with the meringue shaving cream. beautiful. So you're having some good shaves. I do hope so. Look at that. That's soon lathered up. Beautiful cream. And well, I tend, when I don't use a shaving cream or soap or any product, what I've enjoyed for a while, really it's nice to reuse it again. So, rinse the razor. So the Merkur Future, nearly said that. The Merkur Slant 39C long handle. There's a good grip on it, a sort of a barber pole grip, but nice, very nice. Off we go. Hold it as standard, hold it like that, and off we go. Very lightly. Straight through it. Nice blade that. I have more nice blades than bad ones. There was a tiger blade I tried, and it is a very thick blade, where these usual blades are very thin and bendy. That was quite thick and it didn't work for me. It wasn't a very good blade for me personally, but I do believe they work for some, which is good. It may work in the odd razor, but it didn't work for me that day. I caught myself then, I'm sure I did. Just smack the felt it. Time will tell. But like I say, not right in the head really, because I do enjoy a bit of blood. It shows me that not only that I'm alive and I'm human, hopefully, but we've gone really close with the shave, too close. Didn't even go back to I didn't gather anything from that. That's beautiful. Look at this. I'm trying to take all this cream off the edges here, look. Beautiful. Very nice. Musgo Real. Orange amber. You can see how good that is. Rinse. And then on to part 2, or pass 2, shave 2, across the growth. Okay, off we go across the growth. Using the Merkur 39C, the slant. I did catch it, look. So I'm alive, that's one thing. In body, if not in mind. I'll tell you what, that blade's taken a good bit off the first time. Good audio feedback. double chin. Out of stock at the minute, so I'm growing my own. Hey, you are as well. Oh, right. No, you can't beat growing your own. I do the same with tomatoes. Oh, let's not go gardening again. Right, pass number 3. Against the growth. Okay, welcome to Against the Growth. Look at that. Very little was used. Lovely brush this time. Really enjoying the synthetics. And like I promised, I'd show what I do after the shave, how I clean up the products and stuff like that. And I'll also talk about when I get a second-hand razor, say if I buy a vintage razor off eBay, what I would do with that. And any products really that are not new, but it's a good habit to get into even when they are new. But I'll get into that in the next bit. The next week or two, the Shave Den 2017 tour, shall we say. So that's up and coming as well. So you might be hounded with a few videos this next couple of weeks. Got stuff everywhere, look at this, earlobes everywhere. Okay, Against the Growth. Rinse. We'll give it a slickness test. And as you know, I'll use water and I'll use the sensitive part of my skin, which is here. So oh, that's nice, yeah. Yeah, good slickness. That's where the overhang, you need to be careful. To anybody new to this way of shaving, that's why I mention overhang. It's good to note on your own razor, whatever, because it can vary on different razors. Some are covered, such as the Wilkinson Salt Classic, Merca Future, stuff like that. But others are open, so if you're aware they're there, it's either here or here, it'll catch you. But if you're aware of it and you get into a habit of just sort of mentally taking a note of it, you won't get much trouble. You'll have a nice, relaxing, enjoyable shave. There we go. It's a lovely sound. The concentration, eh? Pickup time, and here we go. Absolutely beautiful. This is a nice bit. Just picking up on any bits I've missed. Very gently. You can feel the blade there, but nothing major, it's not aggressive, but it really does a good job. Takes no whisker prisoners. Beautiful. Okay, rinse off. Oh, that was lovely. Oh, roses, beautiful. Oh, absolutely beautiful. And they will probably go downstairs now on the dining room table, something like that. Okay, so because I'm using an orangey scent, I'm going to use a peachy Thayer's. So I'm sticking with the fruits. This is at least my two a day. Oh, come on, please, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and inhale. Hey, a bit more, I think that was beautiful. Whew. Like having it's like no feedback either. It's like having someone squeeze a peach. Oh, beautiful. I love peach anyway, and nectarine. Oranges, nectarines, peaches. Right. Oh, that's beautiful. Right, what can I use? Yeah, here's a question for you. What can I use with an orange scent for an aftershave cologne? Well, if you said this, you'd be correct. You'd be correct. Right down there, innit? Lucky Tiger aftershave and face tonic. Now there's a slight, very, very slight slickness to this, oiliness, nothing major, but as soon as this hits, oh, peel an orange and smell the zest, and that's what you've got. And as I say, it feels slick going on, but it doesn't last, it goes. And I wish the scent lasted longer. It doesn't last that long. I'm lucky to get, well, an hour And then I can't smell it on myself, but oh, that's beautiful, absolutely stunning. Right, lid back on that, and then I'm going to use this stuff, Boots the Chemist Freshwood Aftershave Balm. Makes it a bit easier. There we go, that's enough. That's enough. Warm hands. Oh, that's a good combo again. Oh, that's nice, very woody. Very woody, very nice. Musky too. Oh, that's nice, I should use that more often. Oh, I'm very happy, me. Oh, didn't take much. Oh, that was beautiful. It was a midweek relaxing shaver. Right, so we'll go on and discuss what we've used. So what have we used? We've used the Merkur Slant 39C long handle. It's a barber pole grip, 2-piece razor, stunning, slanted blade, works a treat. Onto the blade, we used the Treat Platinum. There we go, that was double wrapped, that's a good sign of a blade. And as I say, you can feel the blade, but it's a beautifully feeling blade, if that makes sense. It's not sort of aggressive or nothing like that, but it took no whiskers prisoner. It went straight through a lot of them on the first pass. Really nice shave. And I did have a little nick there where I tapped the razor, and but that was human error, my error there. But it's a beautiful shave, lovely, nice blade there. Before all that, I forgot to mention, that's the Musgo Real Orange Amber, translucent or whatever you call it, see-through, is it? Yeah. Pre-shave soap, and we used the Musgo Real Orange Amber Shavings Cream. We used a fine stout synthetic brush, absolutely beautiful brush, lathers beautifully, look at that. Still a lot left there. That's in the red mixing bowl. And then we rinsed off with water, and then we used the Thayer's Peach Witch Hazel, and that's so realistic. Oh, we won't even go there about drinking it. And then after that I've added the Lucky Tiger Aftershave and Face Tonic. It's soothe and refresh with aloe vera, calendula and chamomile. Absolutely orange to me, orange zest, beautiful. And then to put the moisture back, we've used the Boots Freshwood Aftershave Balm, musky and very woody, beautiful, good old-fashioned. It's like an aftershave but in a cream, lovely, and it's widely available in the UK in Boots the Chemist, or it used to be, unless they've stopped that as well. And this, I think it was Dale last, haven't seen me using that for a while, but it's still got it, Tross Escudo cologne, beautiful stuff. I'll use it in the future video, but I'm just showing you, I've still got it. And that is it. Thank you very much for the midweek shave. Very enjoyable, as you can see, clean, very nice. So we'll go on now to the behind the camera, what I do to clean up. And as I say, if you don't want to see that, I understand, that's why I'm separating them, sort of thing. But thanks for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of this week. I hope you're in good health, good spirits, staying happy and positive, and you're having some good shaves. And I hope the mailman and the postman and the courier man and woman bring you lots of new products. And thanks to Mrs H for those beautiful flowers, which I'll see later downstairs. And that is it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Sunday for the Sunday shave. Take care. Okay then, welcome back if you've stayed to see this bit. And this is the bit where I'm going to show you how I clean up after the shave. It's very simple. but it works for me. So we'll put the camera now towards the sink, and I'll show you as I do it. Okay then, so welcome to my sink. I've tried to light it, I hope you can see it okay, but right, so what's the first thing I do? Usually this, whatever's left in here, I rinse. It's only shaving cream this, so I rinse that out. And the brush, and this is a synthetic brush. And I run warm water into the brush and squeeze out. And just keep doing that until it runs clear. And I do the same with a badger and a ball brush. Make sure you get all the soap out. And a good way to test if a brush is clean, if you put your finger into the centre of the brush and wiggle it, if you see any signs of bubbles or soap, it means there's still a bit of soap left in there, but this is quite clear. Look, that's like a mushroom. It's quite clear. So that means it's clean. Right, hand squeeze, and then I get a towel on my brushes like this. And as you can see, I just brush it like you're drying your hair. And that, especially with a synthetic, that will dry very, very quickly. I do the same with a boar and a badger. And sometimes you'll feel it if it's the brush, especially boar. You'll feel it sometimes get very dry feeling. So I wash it in shampoo and conditioner you use on your hair, or especially conditioner. Now that, look at that already. And then that'll be hung like that for about 24 hours, just to air dry. Now the razor, as we used the Merkur 39C, I take it loose like that, rinse it, then I take it apart, carefully removing the blade. Now I rinse, and I use this. Now you don't have to do this, an old toothbrush. Well, this was a very cheap, inexpensive brush I bought new, especially for this job. And I wet it and just clean the razor underneath. And what this does, it removes all the soap residue. And same with the head. You don't have to do this every time, but it's a habit I've always done and get used to doing. If you look after your things, they'll look after you. And then the blade, carefully, I just swipe away from the blade, turn over, and I also leave that dry. Or what I do, some people don't like doing this, they say it affects the sharpness. I don't keep a blade that often past 2 shaves or 3, but this is how I do it. Grab the blade carefully and just gently, and that's it. That's the blade clean. And I'll leave that dry, and then I'll put it back into this envelope, then to this one, and I'll put it on a piece of card marked 1, which means I've used it once. I've also got a dice I use as well. So razor, back to the razor. I need to dry it now, and it's just simple common sense. dry it the best you can. And what I sometimes do, I'll fold a towel into the nooks and crannies. You can be as good or as bad as you want really, but just basically dry it. And then once you've done the top like that, as you can see, it comes up nicely. Get hold of the head, put that down, get the head and clean that the same way. And I use a towel that's about to go in the wash, or you can have a dedicated towel for this, but I don't, I just use whatever's to hand. Okay, and then I place it together, screw it up, and that's really ready for the next shave. But that'll be air dried as well. It's placed on a shelf like that, so it's looks after it. Put that out of the way. The shave bowl, that's simple. That just gets, it's been rinsed, that gets polished, dried, and then as you can see, that's ready for the next use. And this pre-shave soap, all I do is rinse under the tap, get rid of the residue until it's clear, and then I leave it on there for about an hour, and then that'll dry if it doesn't fall in the sink, which it will do. It'll stay somewhere. Well, I'll put it on there. I've got a rubber mat here, put it on there. I don't think it's on camera, is it? No. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Move it onto the rubber mat there. There we go. And then that'll dry quite quickly. That, and once it's dry to touch, I put that back in its wrapper until next time. And then in regards to these are all put back where they should be, as you've seen. So now, while I'm doing this, I get a lot of questions asking how do I, if I bought a second-hand razor from eBay, a vintage razor that was handed down to me or gifted to me, how would I clean it? Right, let's use the Merkur for a minute as a stage prop. Now, if this was sent to me, if I bought it on eBay, a vintage razor, we don't know who's owned it or used it, what would I do? Well, what I do personally, you can use barbicide and all this sort of stuff. I tend not to use anything like that because a vintage razor, you need to look after it as gently as you can. Now, I tend to use antibacterial hand soaps or the push button and similar things to this, antibacterial soap. But what I do first is I'll get normal soap with this. I've got another one there, and I'll scrub it with hot water from the tap, not from a kettle, it's too hot. Hot water from the tap, soapy water, and really clean it. Clean the razor thoroughly. Then I'll rinse it, and then I will get antibacterial hand soap and wash it again. So I've cleaned it, and then I'm disinfecting it, and then hot water to rinse and let it dry. Another thing I do, if I'm not sure, I'll use this stuff, and that's surgical spirit. And all I'll do is, again, this is good enough for the skin. So if it's good enough for your skin, it's not going to do much harm to the razor. But don't leave them sitting in solvents and things like that for too long, because you don't know what they're going to do. So what I would do with that, if I'm not sure, I would put some of this into a little bowl, a little dish I've got, and I would submerge the head, into a bowl, and just wiggle it about like that for about 10-15 seconds, and then bring it out and just leave it then for a minute, and then rinse it. And again, if you wanted to use soap, you could do, but I just rinse it then in hot water, dry it thoroughly with a towel, and then that razor would become good enough to use for me. That's how I do it. But as I say, you can use other products like Barbicide, but I wouldn't like to sit a vintage razor in anything like that for too long, because I don't know what it'll do to it. So my motto of thinking, antibacterial soap is good enough for the hands, so it should be kind enough to a vintage razor, but it does the job. So that's it. That's how I do my clean-up after my shaves. Very simple, but it works. So I hope that was helpful, enjoyable or interesting to someone. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next shaving video. Take care.